Queen Moses. I had introduced her earlier, and I'm sure she has been online waiting. So Queen Moses, if you're online, kindly unmute your mic and your camera and talk to us.
Hi, hello, good evening, everybody.
Yeah, good evening.
This is very nice of you, Isant, to come up with this for the participants for this year's scholarship application process. I feel like a lot of person who missed it last year would not have missed it if they had something like this. So this is really, really nice. Um, sorry that I'm sounding low, but it's not easy. I'm going to focus more on your documentation and how you should carry your conversations while you go for your interview. So first things first, the documents you ask for, if you can, please carry your original documents. Very important. It shows originality and it shows like your respect for the process. So carry your original documents, WAEC, NYSC certificate, your university degree. That's if you can present your original undergraduate certificate, not the statement of results. If you can, if you have it available, please carry that. Carry the main certificate. WAEC, the original result certificate. Um, What else? Yeah, I think I saw someone ask if you need to print a statement of result, your statement of purpose. No, you don't have to carry the printed copy. You'll be asked about your statement of purpose, and that would actually introduce me to how you should carry yourself in your interview. If there's one thing that would have found out that's common amongst people I know that have gotten a scholarship so far is that every one of them are people who know how to hold and carry a conversation. The truth is, half of the criteria for your interview going well or failing badly depends on you as the applicant, how you carry your conversations. And some persons are not very used to having conversations with elderly people because some of the people that will interview you are quite older, professors and stuff. And sometimes it's not as serious as you think. Yes, there's professionalism, courtesy, and just learn how to throw in one light, fun, or I wouldn't say sarcasm, but something that sounds like a joke, that lightens up the situation. Try to do that because one of those small, funny statements is what helps you. I'm going to use myself for an example. So during my interview, um, when I was asked what I want to study, I told them what I wanted to study, and then I related what I want to study from what I did in my undergraduate research, what I was doing at the moment because I was working already. I related it, and then to like what I want to study for the masters. And not the funny thing, two of the people on my panel were professionals in that particular field. So they started asking me technical questions on the area I wanted to go and study. I was answering. At a point, I did not know the answer of the question they asked me. And I looked at the man and I was like, yeah, that's why I need the scholarship to go and get more information about this. You get it. So when I come back, I will now help all those who don't know more about this and improve the oil and gas sector in Nigeria, like in this particular area. And I said it and I laughed. Everybody laughed and the man was like, wow, that's a political answer. I was like, are we not all politicians? So just don't overdo it. Just know where the bench line is. You understand? So you can lighten up a situation. So I could have flopped at that point because that's a tricky question. And the way they were going, it was either you know the answer to this thing or you don't know the answer. So how you handle it matters a lot. That's why I tell people that it's not jumping out to say, oh, you want to apply for a scholarship, and actually scholarships that are not like exam based, that requires you having conversations with people or interviews. You have to be really exposed. And I like what Shina said about making research on the scholarship body. If you're not familiar with oil and gas industry, you go and start doing your findings, because you will need it. Funny enough is that when I got to the interview, when I showed them my membership certificate, the lead interviewer was one of the executive members of my section for that body before he moved to a different section in Nigeria. So he asked me about somebody that has been in that my section for years. If I was not an active participant of the body, I wouldn't have known this woman he asked about, because he was like, oh, what about that woman in so position? She has been there for a while. I had to mention the woman's name and then tell him she is still there, and then explain quite some little information about the body and the operational processes in the section, like in Port Harcourt. So that proved that I was actually a member of that organization, and an active one. So you're not just showing a certificate of professional membership. Are you active? Do you know what's happening there? Because the thing is, you might prepare for your course of study, the how it relates to the oil and gas industry and stuff, but you're not prepared for your professional membership. And they'll be like, this one does not even know what it means to be a professional member. How are we sure that everything the person is saying is not true? It's true or it's false. So you have to check everything all around. Like it's not get points one side and lose on the other side. You have to get it all around. And so it's one thing to fill in your form, your application. You have this, you have that, you have that. When it comes to the live presentation, can you defend all of those things you feel there? Those documents you're holding, can you actually defend them? That's one thing. Two, can you hold very good conversations? Because if you don't know the answer to some questions, and it's perfectly fine if you don't know the answer to some questions, but the thing is, how do you handle it from there? You know, like how do you drive it to your own advantage? You have to make the most of every single situation. Like, I don't even know how to drive this, because that's like the major thing. Because if you can turn every situation they will ask you that you don't know very well into your own personal advantage, believe me, you solve half of the problem. So, like I said, make your findings about the organization that is sponsoring the scholarship, that's PTDF. Any professional membership you're putting in, make sure it's something you know very well and you are very active in, not just, oh, you just rushed to become a member just for the application process. Even if you did that, try and go back and know one or two vital information, because you might be asked. It might come up. Know how what you're studying relates to the scholarship. Carry all original copies of documents you're asked to come with. Major documents, professional membership, your NYC certificate, your WIEC certificate, your undergraduate degree certificate. I don't know if I'm missing anyone. Yeah, undergraduates, WIEC, NYC, professional membership. That's like the major ones that's for MSc. PhD guys, I don't really know much about you. I'm not doing PhD, so I guess the other PhD candidates to like solidify those areas. But overall, I'm a Christian, and I'm going to say this over and over: pray. You need prayers. You really, really need prayers, because you're competing with a lot of persons. And if you see some person's profile, you'll be wondering what you're doing in this scholarship application process. But at the end of the day, you find out that sometimes someone might have a big profile, yes, but do they have the wit?
What of national award? What of national award? What of national award, or national recognition?
That's not
national award.
Oh, sorry, okay. Normally questions are supposed to come at the end of the presentation if I'm correct. Yes, Hyacinth.
Okay.
It's supposed to come at the end of the presentation.
Okay.
Okay,
so,
no problem.
Yeah. So, but national awards, I don't think is listed in PTDF process. You can mention it during your interview as per one of your achievements and stuff, but yeah, just to give yourself an edge. But mind you, as you're mentioning your national award, hope you can defend that national award, not just having it. It's like saying you have a first class, but then when it's time, they ask you questions that a first class student that genuinely got the first class should be able to answer. You can't answer it. So that's you'll be shooting yourself in the foot at that point. So at the end of the day, it all boils down to you being able to defend whatever result, certificate, or membership document you're coming with. So I'll wait till like questions and answer time and then answer quite a lot number of questions as they come in. Thank you, Hyacinth.
Okay, thank you very much, Queen Moses, for such an explicit presentation.